Hello everyone, welcome to the third of the terrorcon reviews. This figure is called Sinnertwin, and as you can see he's some kind of two-headed dragon lizard kind creature. Unusual colour scheme because he's quite, I don't know if that's really showing him up as bright as he is. He's quite a vivid sort of mustardy yellow and then a sort of turquoisey blue. Which is an unusual combination, but then I suppose Decepticons don't sort of like conform to the colour coordination that most things do in life, and a purple tail as well, just to add a bit of completely random colour to him. He came with a large blaster which pegs onto his back in beast mode or monster mode. Quite a common gun to find actually, where you get a lot of people selling off G1 guns and that. This one seems to turn up an awful lot, so I think he was quite a popular figure out of the terrorcons to pick up. But as I say, you know, you've got your two-headed monster sort of faces there. No sort of posability, there's no mouth movement or anything like that, which is a shame. It would have been nice if they made the mouths open and close or something like that, but then you're talking 1987 when this came out, so they're a good few years old now, so probably hoping too much. Again, they all had their rub signs and obviously the Decepticon logos and the usual sticker details sort of to brighten up the sort of basic plastic mouldings. As you can see if you look underneath, that's pretty much his transformation under there. But I'll go through how to transform him now. As with the other terrorcons, you flip the monster heads out of the way, and that exposes their small head, which obviously is their combined head as well. You move the monster legs out to the back, and the same for the bottom ones, and you flip the twin tail to the back and then just pull it at the bottom there to bring his robot legs and extend them down a little bit, and you bring out his little stubby robot arms again. As with the other terrorcons, kibble, you know, is probably an understatement. With these, it looks like he's had some kind of horrific accident and broken all of his limbs, really, doesn't it? But from the front, I suppose he looks reasonable. But again, with all of these terrorcons and with most of the combiners, you're not buying them to have them in this mode. You're going to buy them for what they do as a set, really. I would actually say, even though these came much further on after, say, like the Constructicons and the Stunticons and the Combaticons, as individual smaller figures, they're not as good. Even like the Protectobots, I find their individual modes, although some of them are a bit rough, at least they incorporated all the weapons into it, where as with this large blaster, there's nothing you can do with it in in robot mode. You can only sort of use it in the beast mode. I mean, you can't fit it on anywhere back here, which it would have been, you know, another feature if he could have had it mounted on his shoulder or something. But again, that's why these probably all turn up loose for sale in lots, because kids lose them. You know, once you've transformed it, you don't need that. He would have come with a smaller gun, but again, they get lost because, of course, in beast mode you can't use it. So they are a little bit of a strange design in that way, that they didn't incorporate the weapons a bit more. A good example would be the Protectobots. Although a couple of the figures obviously come with the large cannons like the Stunticons, you get ones like Streetwise, I believe it is, and Blades, who can actually have their large weapons mounted on them in either mode. and I believe you can get away with it as well in the combined mode, which, you know, that stops you losing those parts and gives it a bit more playability. But there you go, that's Hasbro for you. They don't worry about things like that when they're trying to sell toys. Like I say, he's all right, I suppose, in his robot mode if you look at him from the front, but just don't turn him round. But as with all of the Terrorcons, when you get them in their combined mode is where they're actually at their best. Either that, or if you display them as a set in their monster modes. But that's sinnertwin covered, I think. I shall get on with the next review, which it actually is the best one out of the smaller individual Terrorcons, and I shall see you again for that review.